What's up, everybody? Sean here with another live to roll. Back here with another Q&A open discussion today. Last week was definitely more of the bowel discussion and specifically the Parastine discussion for anybody that did miss it and wants to check it out and get some info on that. But today, open Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to add to the conversation, definitely drop those down in the chat and love to hear from you guys. Get involved in the conversation here. So yeah, I'm Sean. I'm a C5, C6 quadriplegic from a snowboarding accident 22 years ago. Bobby, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Bobby Rohan, C5, C6 quadriplegic from a bicycle accident many moons ago. Robert Soto with the
Great.
new and improved
Yeah,
color.
computer. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, everybody? My name is Robert Soto. I'm a T12 spinal cord injury from a motorcycle racing accident back in 1974. Glad to be on the show today.
Yeah, Robert, thanks for joining us today, hopping on. We have just a couple more of us to for the open Q&A hangout. And plus, I haven't gotten to talk to you in a while. We haven't had you on the
I
Tuesday
know.
show in a bit.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
been
really
a
talked to you
while.
much, so kind of nice just to catch up, anyways, personally.
Yep.
So, what has
Yep.
been going on? That's what I'm curious about. I want to know about both of you guys. That's what we do a little bit. I was going to ask. I haven't caught up on much, but Robert, what's going on? Anything
Well, I
besides the
just,
new computer?
yeah, yeah, besides my new computer, things have been going pretty good. Just kind of doing my thing. I'm still doing a lot with the Triumph stuff, going to support groups and representing them at a couple different events, like in the Inland Empire. And just working on myself a little bit, lost some weight, been working on that and doing just doing doing what I need to do. I joined a gym out here. I haven't been going every week like I planned on, but I am going. It's the perfect step.
Oh, nice. You're
So
doing the.
yeah. So that works out pretty good. I just go in there just to work the shoulders. I think Bobby knows this. I've been using the Vitaglide and the hand cycle type thing. Only I use this hand cycle backwards. Just rather because I got the push. Luckily it was screwed up as my arms and shoulders are. I can still push pretty good forward. It's going backwards that I've been just working the shoulders on that. So I do that. Go an hour. When my arms are pretty sore, I'll kind of lay low. But I've been doing the push to the pier on each month, and so that's kind of cool. And our little after party, and it's good stuff.
Awesome.
Oh, I gotta, dang, I gotta send you, maybe I'll send it to Sean so he can put it up. A cool picture one of the guys got on our push. So I'll send that. I'll send that to you, Sean, and
Yeah, send it to me. I'll
Yeah,
pop it up.
yeah, let me pop it up.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, the push to the bear sounds fun, and that's really cool. You're taking advantage because you're doing the at the perfect step. They opened it up to where you can just come work out on your own, right? You basically just
yeah.
it's an
It's
open
like
gym. Essentially. It's
yeah,
adaptive.
it's $35 a month.
Yeah.
And you can go Monday through Friday, anytime you want. There's no worrying about someone, because the upstairs is a lot for all the therapy and all that. But downstairs they have all the equipment, free weights, and I mean it's open to it's pretty good for 35 bucks. And I try to go at least once a week, but sometimes I make it twice. And again, it just depends on how my arms are feeling. But you know, I like it. Plus you bump into somebody there all the time. There's always somebody there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It
No,
works
that's
out pretty
cool,
good.
man. That's really cool. I'm glad you're doing that. That's awesome. As soon as I heard that they were opening that up to do that, I thought that was like one of the coolest features because not everybody can
Yeah.
afford to go with a trainer, do all that. Even
Yeah. Well,
you have
yeah,
to make the
exactly.
scholarships and everything, but just to go work out, that's a cool, such a cool
Yeah.
feature.
And they know I know they had one at Casa, but that was $40 a month, but you're real limited on what you can do because if one of the other inpatients needed the equipment, you'd have to, they got
Okay.
priority. And it was only from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock where the perfect step is 9 to 5 anytime you want, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, that is cool. That's actually a lot nicer. The other one that I do know about, that I know Ellen Stoll, I'm pretty sure still works out at, is at Northridge, Cal State Northridge. They have like an adaptive like gym area and kind of program. I think you can sign up for and do. I'm not sure the details on it. I know, but I've known a couple people that have done that one too, which is cool just to be able to have like more of those open gyms for.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I believe too, over at Citrus College or Azusa Pacific, one of those, they have a adaptive gym there where you can get in
Oh,
there and
sweet. Yeah, that's
do
cool.
some
Then
things.
so maybe hopefully not just here in Southern California. Maybe you guys that are in other areas might have something I don't know, but
Or just,
you know
yeah,
where it's more.
just let us know. Just let us know
The
so we
one
can
thing
make
that I
a list.
can say for people that in other areas, Planet Fitness has, at the very least, I know they have adaptive hand cycles where the seat pulls fully out. I
Yeah.
used to go, you can pull in, and they have a couple of different things. And I know that was one of their missions. They were trying to get more and more, a couple of general adaptive machines like the hand cycles and things,
Yeah.
um, and just things where seats can move out of the way and people can pull under. So, but yeah, that's just a thought for people other parts of the
Well,
world.
and that's a good thought, Sean. I would tell people that if you have a Planet Fitness in your area and doesn't have that, request it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Planet Fitness. I almost said Planet Hollywood. It's a Planet Fitness, and maybe they can order it if you're in a different state, different area, and you're like, I heard there's something that I can use. Request it. You never know. I don't. You might get one that it's just an individual owner. It's a franchise, ah, and maybe they're like, you just don't know. So until you ask, they might say no, and you might want to just tell some other gym members, can you request this for me, please?
Yeah, no, that is good. Just yeah, like be your own advocate. Go ahead, like because it is something that they do, so something you can definitely ask for and request. And then I was gonna also just shout out you guys, Bobby, too. If you don't want to go to the gym, you'd rather, a little more comfortable, just kind of doing some exercise stuff at home sometimes. Do something like the Staying Driven, which is just a virtual course, virtual like live workouts and stuff. So that's another option for people. I know there's a couple others similar, but I know Staying Driven. Bobby is coaching on there almost daily, and Paul, who's on the channel, coaches, and got a cool crew over there. But Bobby, what's
Yes,
been going on with
sorry,
you?
my phone is ringing and it's something I need. Oh, gosh.
Oh, you can
But
answer if you want.
no, I know. But let's move on. I let it go to voicemail. Um, Sorry about that. We're live. Angry Quad. I'll just say this to you. I've been trying to send money to this Angry Quad. It keeps coming back, so I don't know. I keep sending it, and the money always keeps coming back to me. So I don't know. You might need to tell me. um,
But yeah,
you have a loaded question, Sean. So I've hinted around. Robert knows a lot. My life is upside down right now. Um, it's funny when you deal with life that is not has nothing to do with your disability or your SCI, or your own body. Um, you're faced with challenges that are kind of not the norm, and when I say our norm is, do we have a UTI? Do we struggle picking something off the floor? Um, how are our bowels working? Uh, for those that aren't able to get up out of bed on their own, who who's coming over tomorrow morning? Um, it's a different breed to you know worry about a loved one, and I've hinted around this. My wife has been ill and not doing very well, and it, you know loaded question.
no, yeah,
Before
uh,
I go into tears, and I want to be real here with you guys have been so awesome. in the chat. Um, but I want to be real about life. Besides what we have to deal with our body, is the best way. I didn't prepare anything to say that. I don't know why I'm picking this moment. Um, thank God we have this, and we can all rely on each other.
Yeah.
There's you know, God bless you, Robert, has been really there with a couple of my other guys, and my sisters, who are not my real sisters. I have two amazing sisters and so many friends, but to rely on my SCI and my disabled friends of being there by my side, and for the love and support to get through this. It's been a difficult. Um, I'm scared for my wife's health. I'm not used to, and I don't think many of us are out there, that when it comes to something major, we're not used to the other person having the issue. It's always our issue, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's a weird balance. I've dealt with it with my daughter, and now I'm dealing with it with my wife, and I just shake my head like something's not right. I don't know, you know, um, the flip side of it. And now I'm really deep into it. My hands are really dirty, and I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but
Well, you know what? I can maybe help you out here. I know I know it's challenging times for you, and I know I'm kind of more of the story. We've been going out and hanging out and stuff, so it's just another one of the challenges. And like Bobby was saying, it's for once it's not him. It's more stressful because he's worried about his other half, and there's nothing really you can do to make it any better. It's all just it's there, and you kind of got to take that journey and see where it goes. So in the meantime, though, there is a positive that he's got a good thing going with his caregiving and all that stuff. So that's on the flip side. The positive of it is that that's one less thing he has to worry about right now with the compounded with what he's going through right now. So I think I think you're doing pretty good, Bobby. You've been going out, we're trying to keep you busy and stuff like that, and you've been participating in everything. So life goes on, and I get it. But I mean, yeah, it's not easy when you got that worry that what's going on, and there's no control.
as I stare at my screen, I see my hand bike behind me, and um, everybody sees that I drink water, but um, I'm a avid health, like to be healthy. I don't call it health nut. There's way wackier people when it comes to health, with eating and exercising. But it's weird. Like I haven't been wanting to get on my hand bike, um, and we're not. I'm not. The wife and I used to love to cook together. She would prep and I cook. You know, Oven was a different thing, but I was outside, and we'd pick 80% of our meals to cook outside, and I don't have that and going on right now. And so I've noticed that I haven't been eating like I used to. I don't have my proteins shakes like I used to. The person who's helping me out, she's amazing. Um, I'm not a person who doesn't like to eat in the morning. Please tell me in the chat if you're not that kind of person. I don't know about you, Sean. I don't strike you as somebody like gets up and wants to eat. I've never been that way, and I start eating around 10:30 to start some small things, and uh, and my wife was used to that, and I don't have the help around 10:30, so It's just been a different breed. But one thing is, I started out saying my hand bike, I'm taking less risk, um, per se, unless you go out with Soto and on a Saturday afternoon, you have to be careful with him. But I don't go out riding like I was because I don't want something to happen to me. Now it's my turn to shine to take care of somebody else. And so, thank you, Nicole. I love it. Yeah. Um, uh, but it's my time to shine, and it's my time to step up and do my research and find out what is going on, and how can I help. And my hands are tied in a lot of ways, and it sucks. Um, so yeah, Sean, loaded question. Felt good to just get it off my chest. Just the last week was actually a difficult one. So it was good to get off my chest. Um, Thank you, everybody who's Mickey. I do owe you such a big phone call because I could use you. And thank you, everybody in the text for the kind words.
Yeah, I know it's been going on. A lot's been going on, and I've been meaning to check in and kind of just been, I guess, just distracted with some of my own things and things on my life, my head. So, but yeah, um, yeah. Sorry, last week was a little bit harder, and things are still a bit of a struggle. So, I'll try to check in a little bit more often again and get back on that. But yeah, that's it is hard. Yeah, because that's really hard. I can't imagine like yeah, having to reconfigure your whole life basically because you guys have built a life together. You have your things. You do everything. So yeah, I can imagine that's very very tough. Oh, is my internet slowing? Both of you guys are thinking.
No, I think it's on me, and my grandson just got home, so obviously his computer must have popped on.
Okay. Yeah, it might be but I do know that right now it's like um, it says 105 on the Apple thermometer thing, but
Yikes.
like I think it's closer to the 110 in real feel out here, and that our star the satellite internet that internet thing it's just sitting blazing sun out there. So I always do wonder.
If it's cooking,
Yeah, well, it says it actually can perform up to at 135 degrees. It'll have an internal shutdown, so it'll shut itself down. So if we hopefully it never hits that, but it's in direct sunlight, so that's why I always am
uh,
like,
I'm actually positive this time, Sean, it's me, because I was on my Wi-Fi, and the reason why I'm sometimes on my Wi-Fi is because when I get to my computer, instead of logging in my password to turn my computer on and everything, my watch. Oh, I'm not. It's charging right now, but usually my watch will pop and open it up, so I leave it on Wi-Fi, and it wasn't on Wi-Fi. It was on hardwire, but for some reason the hardwire. Oh no, it was on Wi-Fi, and now I just turned it over to my hardwire.
okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Mhm.
Thanks, Angry Juan.
So Sean, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
Uh, this last couple of months have been just really trying to manage the heat. Inside, it's nice. Definitely, the house stays nice. But we do a lot outdoors. Like part of our, we go try to exercise every morning, every evening, which we've had to now push the evening back a little bit. Try to get everything done, and then try to go out like as the sun's kind of starting to set more, and because even at that time it's still 100 plus right now, and it's
Yeah.
been so we've had a couple of different heat waves. Right now it's another extreme heat warning out here, like for the next few days. But even the next like 10 days on my little calendar are all the triple digit. They're all at least 100. So, but that's been a lot of it. Just kind of managing, trying to figure out better things going outside and just doing stuff around the house, just doing doing what we can when we can. But
Yeah, because we know that what you've been in the house now 5 months.
six, actually, we just hit 6 months.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So
yeah.
obviously, are you in like, is your day like kind of built up with projects or little things like that, or have you really settled in?
No, there's still a lot, yeah, to get done. Pretty like we're doing and things. Yeah, definitely still like a lot of little things. Because initially the first couple months was really just there was a lot of cleaning and little minor things that repair. Like the house was definitely not like flipped ready, like clean, ready to like. And it's just a lot for really one person to be doing, since Leah is doing all the physical labor. So yeah, it's just a lot to manage and do, and try to do whatever little things to like limit the thing. So one thing that I've started doing now, when we were first here, we'd go out on the hikes, we'd go outside, and I'm rolling through the sand constantly, and then just rolling straight back in the house, and there's just wheel marks, dirt, strips, just through everywhere. So at least we came up with like Leah found a good like it's basically like a mitt, like a car washing dusting mitt.
Oh yeah.
So I can just slide it over my hand. It's right. We keep one by the front door, one by the back door, and I can like basically wipe my wheels down on both sides, do a little spin, wipe them off. I still track dust in, like, but not nearly like it's not nearly like it was. So that's one thing. And Leah still cleans the floors every day. She does. She has like the dry mop that she'll just do every day, to like pick up all
The,
the little dust and
is it
things.
the Swifter?
No, it's actually just like a no. She just uses like a. It's actually just like a mop head, like regular, like a sort, basically like a regular mop head. But instead of using it wet, she's just using it dry for the dust because the wet she was mopping regularly every day. No, she's still doing every morning. She's still doing it every morning. She was doing it every evening, and that's why I would wait a little bit, and then I'd feel super bad about rolling in right after she mopped the floors, and I would just streak it. So at least we've limited some of the mess, some of that stuff. But a lot of it is stuff like that where it's just daily, like we're doing a lot of stuff on the house, but a lot of the stuff is just daily maintenance and work, like things that have to be done for me, for the dog, for Leah, like for just our own things. So that's a lot of it. It's just but and then it's been hard. Yeah, it's like leave. We haven't left the house in like over a week or more because leaving in the day, getting in the van in the heat is brutal. Like it's just we need. That's one
Sean,
thing in the we
you
want to
lived in
get.
the, you lived in the valley, but I know it's different. But
But it is a
were
little
you?
different, and like in the valley, like it is hot in the valley. It's the same thing. You do get, and that's the one thing that we were talking about out here. The nice thing is it's not asphalt and buildings, so it doesn't retain the heat as much in the ground, and there's open air. Wind is there's no buildings to block anything. There's no asphalt to collect heat. Like so, it does cool down quickly in the afternoon, late evening, afternoon. Because it's not like just trapped like 150-degree asphalt that you're like trying to roll on.
Yeah, that
It,
was
it
crazy.
it's a lot cooler. So those are one things that like it is nicer than the valley on those aspects. Temperatures get a little higher, but it's a little bit easier to manage. The one thing is there isn't shade. So like that we would love to have some trees we'd like to get planted out here to get some shade. Our neighbor has a bunch because they've been there for over 30 years now. So they have like nice trees all over the property. They got the house, you could tell it's like shaded in later parts of the day and stuff. Um, they even have a big nice palm tree like right by the house, like which I don't think shades, but it's just nice that it's there. But they have some other just nice big shade ones. So I would love to have that in the future. So it's a little bit easier to just go out and roll around, do our like normal exercise hiking around the area. Oh,
You
one
you
thing. What's that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Finish
gonna say
that, and
one
I'll
thing actually we did. So we had super brutal heat wave, and then we actually had a thunderstorm one of the days. Like it dumped. It dropped like 15 degrees in temperature. It was still hot. It was still, but it dumped for like 30, 40 minutes. Which we could see where all the like you could see the like our street was a river, like it was flowing, like all because all the water, we are on a slight grade, so all the water does flow around the house pretty well. Few areas we noticed that we do want to like fortify a little better, make sure flooding stays away from the house better when it does run like that. But you could see it was like sheeting water, just boom, and then like clips of the. I should even try to pull up like the street view that Leah went out because she walked out to the street. I didn't go out. I stayed. I stayed under the patio. I stayed under the. but but the one really cool thing about that is the water soaked the ground so much and like saturated. The next like 2 3 days, I could roll in places I haven't been able to ever roll on because it like packed in the soil and the dirt and it gave like this hard crust layer. So I rolled in areas that I've never rolled on since we've been here. So it was kind of cool. Like I went way back to the back of the property and made it very easily, which I've made it back there, but it's very difficult. I needed some help. Like I made it back there easily a couple of times. I made it all like pretty much every corner of the property that I hadn't been able to hit. I went out and I've been able to hit the last few days and like roll and explore. So that's been super fun and cool actually. So I'm actually looking forward to the next time. I don't want a major flooding event like where it's going to be an issue, but a nice like a 30-minute rain like that and then stop and clear up and be warm for a couple of days where like and that's the next few days were beautiful too. It was like it was 90 degrees, which sounds super hot, but it's breezy and it's no sun. It was cloud cover, so it was like, and the humidity didn't get up high. So after that first thing, so yeah, but yeah, that was a super cool thing that happened.
You used the
And yeah,
word,
I can do
Sean.
some mopping.
You used the word call. Are you trying to flip this house?
What are we?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
we no. We're
Yeah.
just trying
You
to
said
live,
something
fix it
about
up, and make it nice to
like,
live in.
okay. You said almost like a flip. You know, we couldn't
No,
flip
that's
it
what,
right.
it wasn't like a flipped house. It was like a, it was like this is an original homestead property from like the 50s. So
Wow.
it was built like, originally I think it got power pretty early, but originally it was on like hauled water. Um, like it has a propane. We don't have like gas. We have propane. It's on septic. Like it's pretty much off grid. Now we have actual water. We have actual, the house has had power for a long time, I think, but all those things. But yeah, no, the people that were living here before were like a couple of like burnout hippies, like which were they were nice. I don't know if I think I mentioned this, but like when we came to see the house, the lady walked out from the porch serenading on her guitar, like she was strumming the guitar and coming out to the van where I was getting out, like where it was. So it wasn't clean by any means. If that like it's by like and there were a few things like now we did realize they told us, oh, they had fixed all the roof leaks in the patio. Um, they didn't. There's definitely they did not. The patio still severely leaks water in the rain. So the front's not too bad, but the back is horrible. So that's like a lot. Those are a few things that like now we're realizing like crap. There's even more large repair to end up doing stuff like that. But no, it was a definite like homestead. I was saying it wasn't flipped. It was just people kind of half living in it, half not. Um, but yeah, yeah. So, but that's been my excitement. The last, or the excitement out here was the rain, and then trying to stay cool again now that it heated up again.
Well, I know we're like half an hour into it, and so we have so many awesome people in the chat. Please ask questions. Um, I got from a friend of mine. She said, "Hey, anybody who has a question that you want us to answer, put it in all caps. We know you're not going to shout at us, but then we can address it." So I just wanted to give that out because this show is about not only us, but it's also about you. Uh, the one thing I was going to say, Sean, is couple weeks ago, and I've been to this. And if you're still here, Ken, I got to run into Ken, and Ken and I have done this at a couple of the U.S. Open surf events and the air show. But you think about the beach, and they put all these um, uh, uh, tents where you can go by and look at things and pick up freebies, or I mean, stuff you kind of roll by real quick. But they give us the option by building, all along the beach at a pathway with just 4x4s, and it's pretty awesome. And I don't know if you've ever thought about that in the future. Now that I say it, I can also see it getting warped pretty quick, unless you had it built by metal or something, which now you keep going up in price. But I don't know if you ever thought of something like that as a short-term thing.
For where though? Sorry, I think in the
Or
like
Just
to
like path, any
areas
path.
on your property you want to access, and
like
Angry
so that
Quad kind of
that's
put.
okay. That is actually like that's what I thought. That's actually one thing that we had talked about, and like Leah has tried at least for right now. We do want to do something to cross over like some areas that are just hard to get over, like a little area, and make like basically like a pathway, like you're saying. But what we've been trying to do, Leah's been trying to compact it. So she's been gathering like some of the smaller rocks into the area, like where it's like the sandy stuff, and then packing in rocks. Like, but she's manually doing it like little by little. Just every time she's out walking, we're in the area. If the dog's like digging or sniffing, she'll sometimes move rocks into different areas. And we've been doing that all over the property with like trying also to put it for where the water flow does come through the back fence and stuff. We're making it so that there's no dirt touching the fence. It'll be rocks, but the water can roll like flow through if necessary, like dug down, like a little water. A what? Dry riverbed, yeah, like a dry riverbed kind of.
Either the book, or I mean the movie, but the book was 10 times better. A river runs through it on those flash floods.
Oh yeah, that's what I honestly I would actually I wonder if I don't want to do the airdrop because when I do the airdrop to the computer from the phone, it like glitches the Wi-Fi for some reason.
Mm.
But I could pull up a little video. Maybe I can try it at the end when if you guys are talking. And did
Oh,
you send me the picture too?
I sent you the picture. I sent
Okay,
you,
I'll check for that in a second here. Um, but yeah,
and it's awesome, as Angry Quad just said, talking about me. But we got 27 people watching, and I know we don't have 27 likes. So hit that like button for us. It helps out the channel.
oh, and one thing actually, Leon did kind of ask a question
Oh, you did.
earlier. Actually, what are some ways for us to help others somehow? I feel like I want to help others, so he wants to be able to give back.
Do you want to start, Soto, or do you want me to answer it?
You would start. Go ahead.
Here's the best way is that in your area is start going to places that that might have a physical therapy. Um, you might have to drive if you're in a rural area and go to a hospital and just say, listen, I've been disabled for this long. Um, I think that I know enough resources, and if you ever have anybody coming out of the hospital, let me know, and I'd be happy to give them a call. First you can tell them a little bit about me, and if they call me, great. If they don't, they don't. But uh, most likely they do. Or they're like, hey, uh, maybe we'll give your number to Leon, and he'll give you a call. So it can work both ways. That's the start, and I think that's your best start.
Yeah.
Any other
Eh,
thoughts?
And then a lot of these places, they're not so much physical therapists, they call them trainers because they're all people with kinesiology backgrounds. So like I know where I go I was talking about earlier, the perfect step. You go in there and they're really not physical therapists, but they're all these people that know about the whole aspect of recovery and all that. But there's no one in wheelchairs. They're all on a mat or on some type of standing frame or things like that. But so it's not so much. I mean, even if yeah, it's nice to try to find the physical therapist, but there's a lot of kinesiologists and stuff like that that work as a trainer for people with disabilities and physical disabilities. So there's kind of a more of an open book there to physical therapists and the trainers that have background in kinesiology.
And here's the last thing that I can think off the top of my head is get in touch with the Christopher Reeves Foundation. See, they're always looking for peer mentors, and it doesn't mean that you have to peer mentor in your area. They might give you somebody related to your disability, and and ask you to give this person a call because they reached out.
Mm.
I'll tell you one thing that uh, 5 times out of two, most likely you're going to reach out to the mother or the father, um, and not really the person themselves when it comes to the Christopher Reeves. When somebody's reaching out, it's usually family members first, but it's another way to give if that's what you're looking for when you say give. Um, and then also with the Spinal Network Association, uh, I think it's spinalcord.org, and put yourself out there that I'm in this area. There's no support group, but people can call me and I'll help you with resources and whatever I can do. And if I don't know the answer, here's the thing, it's okay to say, I don't know the answer, but I know people in high places that can help me, and I will find out for you.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's definitely a good place to start. And that's something anybody in any area really can do. Might not get that many people in the hospital coming through, but just at least knowing that you will be there if somebody does come through and they can contact you. That is really a cool way to start.
Yeah, and that's a great question, Leon. I know um, there's many of you that are in a spot that doesn't have what at the beginning of the show. I mean, we're probably making people jealous here and there when it comes to us talking about things that we have going on in our area, and it's great. But there's a lot of you out there that don't. It can be sometimes frustrating, um, uh, and trying to get something started like a support group. And the one thing that I'll tell you, you don't need a big group. All it takes is three and maybe even two to start. There's been many times I, I've started support groups on my own here. I started back in the 90s, uh, Casa Clina. And what is it right now like today? Well, it's different now with after their rules, but Casa, you saw where Casa went from, Robert. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was too big. I didn't like it. I didn't like that group after a while. We were too big. We had too
Yeah.
many
It was huge.
because a lot of we had by the time we get around with introducing ourselves and maybe saying one little thing, we were done.
Yeah.
That was the same
Yeah.
as the Northridge group, the back before back years ago. But and then yeah, when I first moved out here and started going to Casa, it was already massive. It was a big, giant group to join.
Yeah.
Really,
Hey,
It's too
what I
much.
should what I should have said is if I don't know the answer, I'll call Olivia.
Hey,
That's what it should have been.
hey,
As I know in the chat.
so Sean, did you ever get your other wheelchair? Did you get it?
I did actually. I got my wheelchair. Yeah, they came out and they delivered it. I wasn't able to get the wheels yet for the emotion wheels, but they did deliver the chair. The chair is actually measured and fit spot on perfect. Like I was really kind of nervous about it not really fitting and it being a disappointment like the last one was. Um, but yeah, I have to shout out Carlton, who was the tech that helped measure me at Mobility Pros there. And that dude did. He was like, I told him exactly what I wanted, and he was like, "Okay, I got you." And he did. I know he even had to like. He's like when he asked for my height and weight and stuff. He had to like. He's like, I can't put that, or they won't do this backwards. So he had to like do a couple things to fudge a couple things to get exactly what I wanted, but it's exactly what I wanted. So
Yeah, he's a good guy too. He's just really good people too,
Carlton,
Carlton.
yeah, he's a great guy. And then there was another tech, Jesse, who I actually didn't really know before, that drove the 3 hours out here and brought it. Sat out on the patio in the shade, but it was outside in like 100-degree weather. Adjusting my brakes, lowering the chair a little bit because it was initially set slightly high. But he spent like a good like 30, 40 minutes out there working on the chair. Yeah, shout out to our sponsors, Mobility
There
Pros.
you go. I was about to tell you, Sean. Make sure you
They
say
are, yeah,
your
which I'll
thanks.
do their full.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Our,
that was incredible. I did get the chair and yeah, so hopefully I'll get the wheels at some point soon, and then um, be fully in business with the new emotion wheels and all that. The one thing though, I did learn about the new emotion wheels, and I got a little bit of a gripe about, and I'm gonna bitch about it on here for just a moment. They have a premium package that if you want certain features on the wheels, you have to pay for out of pocket, which I feel like is kind of stupid. Like it gives you increased speed. It gives you the ability to use your phone as a remote control and control the chair remotely. Like so you can control the wheels remotely. Cool, like cool features. Like, but they don't give you those for free. To access them, you have to buy the features from the app store.
what?
It's like 300-400 bucks. I tried to look them up, like, and then you buy it once and you have it. But is that not a little ridiculous for a mobility device aid
Wow.
that they're
That is
charging out of
that is
pocket?
that is raw. Wow.
Yeah, so that's one thing about the emotion that Albert company is the parent company, ALBER. They're a German company, I know. And yeah, that's one thing with the new wheels. Like I was really looking through the book because he brought me all the paperwork for it and stuff. Because I guess what happened is they shipped the wheels, the Bluetooth features weren't working, so they wouldn't connect to the phone. So they had to ship them back. Then they were back ordered, and whatever. So they had all the other parts for them. So they gave me the manual and I'm reading through it. And yeah, that was one thing I was like, for premium features, I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Which,
That is. It is so funny. At least you have the option to buy. They don't even like our hand cycles. Uh, they don't even give you the option. The motor can handle so much more, but they don't even give you the option of I want to go 30 miles an hour down when I'm going on the straightaway of my bike paths. I don't get that option. They won't allow it. They're like, well, you got a Tetra, meaning you have a bike with someone with limited function. Uh, yeah, we don't offer that. And it's just like, but the motor can do it. Why don't you give me the two big, and now I'm talking tech when it comes to bike. Usually on bicycles, when you look at like racing bikes, you have a big gear and then you have the smaller gear up where you pedal, and they don't give you that option. It's just
huh.
like, really, why give me the freaking motor?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
that is kind of weird how they, like, I don't know if they have reasons, if they do have like, they just sell those a different, like they have that model that sold more, or if it's just something like a safety thing. I honestly don't know, but well, the increased speed, if you can pay for it, that's not a safety thing. But if they don't give you access for it, then maybe they're like afraid that at too high a speeds they're
It's called the stupid waiver.
yeah sign something saying
Where one of the reps said, "Well, I know you are an experienced rider. Okay,
yeah
great. Offer it then."
yeah no, that kind of stuff is kind of dumb, and I think that is just the world that we do live in now, that everything's got the different packages and different things like that now, upgrades. So
Even as on a lot smaller item is like the anti-tips. When you get a chair, you have to pay for those that come on the chair unless you get a waiver.
really,
When I ordered my chair, they wanted to put and they were saying about a strap and the anti-tips. I go, I don't need them, and so I had
oh,
to
if you
sign some.
don't wait, if you don't want them, or if you do want them, you have
I
to.
don't want them. I don't need them, right?
But
So
but by
I
the
had to sign I
insurance,
had to sign a waiver that's saying I requested them not being on my chair.
because it was going through your insurance, and your insurance doesn't want a liability as the company didn't sell you, and you can go back
Yeah,
and say, well, the insurance did this, I'm suing my insurance and them.
yeah,
So they need yeah, it's just, ugh.
Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah,
Yeah,
so
no, you're right, Eric. It's a liability. I get
yep,
it. Man, like you said, Robert, let me sign something, or have I don't know, a driving test. I don't know how you do it. I mean, this company that I was talking about is in Germany. I mean, what am I supposed to, you know, send a video? Yay, big deal. I don't know, but you're right. I know it. I know it just sometimes can be frustrating, though.
yeah,
You can't. I want to join cycling groups out there, and I just can't keep up because I'm reduced to what my hand cycle offers me.
yeah.
oh, and here I didn't get the rain video, but I did real quick. If you want, I can show your pushing video with the little
There you
bump.
go.
This
That's
is
a
when
good
Show
one.
a picture.
I got arrested almost. Yeah, I
That's a
Oh,
can't
good
believe
one.
I did not
beeping you to
know.
get the hell out of the way.
You didn't tell me they put the lights on, Robert.
Oh yeah, that in fact, who took that picture?
Um, uh, uh, Dang, Whaley.
Okay, that's a
Yeah,
good picture because yeah, um, because people want it's a ramp that goes up to the top to the pier, and it's a pretty good little push up that thing, and so Bobby, we know he can do it, but he gets up there, and everyone wants to help. I mean, a lot of people want to help, no matter what you're doing, but and so the cop was right behind him. I don't, and he couldn't turn around to really see the whole effect of it, but
I didn't
it was
even know until I stopped at the very top to take a deep breath. I was like, and
yeah.
you said, hey, get out of the way because there's a cop behind you. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Uh, but I
That
sent
was cool.
my brother's in Germany right now, and he goes, what's going on? And I said, I got arrested. And I sent him the picture, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
wait.
Yeah, that was a good day too. That was pretty fun. I mean, the weather was nice and um, yeah, it was good. It's good stuff. But yeah, that's a great picture. Great picture.
And Eric in the chat says there's ways around it. People can hook them up. He believes he knows somebody that wanted to pop his Bay, I think Baytech, up to 25 miles an
Yeah.
hour.
Eric knows
So
about the
that's
pill
what, there.
break
There
stuff.
probably are people that can hack the system and do
No, I
like with
know.
any of those
And
things. But that
I
is
went,
definitely
I did,
a
I did,
liability.
I did
I
do
have
that.
done.
I did do that, and guess what? I fried out the motor. The guy, I I knew it a little bit, but maybe Eric, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah.
The problem is it's not the speed. It's also the crank. You can pop the motor up, but you're just doing this, and you might as well just be a motorcycle out there. Go once you do this, and it pops up to a certain speed. There's no reason to pedal. I want to also have exercise.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have, yes, I have an e-bike because um, of little hills and things like that. I can't do it. I know that, but I also don't have enough of the gears to have that speed. So
Yeah, that's what I don't know if people do realize how hard it is with no e-assist. Because when I have done hand cycles before, we've done the Triumph event hand cycles, as soon as I hit an incline, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
my God, I don't know if I'm gonna get up this thing. Because even when you try to gear it down and stuff, like, man, I just struggled with any of the inclines with the standard
no,
cycle.
you can't gear down, and We were just doing it on Saturday, and Andrew, we had a friend of ours, Andrew Skinner, and he was in a hand bike. His hands are uh, taped to the handlebar, so he's not able to even shift. And
No,
he's
it
like,
doesn't. Sorry.
he's going up this hill, and he's like, and where I was just going behind him with my power, just bump, bump, bump. And I'm like, all right. But he asked me to do it, and it was just like, Bernard, you should have been there. I heard people were asking you to go, but you didn't show up. Damn it! But we kept bumping him up, and he's just like, yeah, it sucks when I only have one gear.
Dang, yeah, that's. I actually thought Andrew had his cycle set up to where he could do it because I used his cycle once, and like I remember him trying to say like you could do it with your elbow, and I was like, I no, I can't figure that out. I couldn't do it, but maybe that was a lot of years ago though. That was
No, yeah, he
six,
tapes his
yeah.
hands, so yeah, it's you can get it that way, but I don't think Andrew's cycles enough um, to have it set up that way.
And Steve said that the customer service for the emotion wheels at Albert sucks. I've actually never had to call customer service. That's one thing that I've always I there was a local tech that used to work for them. This guy Brian that like I had met at like an abilities expo years, and he was super cool. He lived locally. He lived in Porter Ranch when I lived in the valley, so he lived really close. And I could basically he would come by fix stuff, or he'd be like, "Yeah, let's go meet at Fridays and buy me a beer, and I'll fix whatever you need." And I would literally meet him at Fridays. He would fix anything. He would bring little parts. He'd replace my sensors, whatever, and he would just be like, "Yeah, all right, let's go and have a beer." I'm like, "Okay, whatever, dude." I'm like, "I'm gonna have some dinner." I'm just kidding. And that was like, and most of the time he wouldn't even actually ask me to buy him a beer. He just would say that, and like, you wouldn't even have me pay. Like, he was just a cool dude, nice guy that like didn't mind helping, was local. So I fortunately haven't had to call him text yet, but I think he's out of state now. So last I heard, he was in Texas. Oops.
Bummer.
But yeah, that's now. Hopefully, these ones won't give me too much issue, and these ones seem a little more complicated, anyways. So might have to call their customer service.
That's the funny thing that we head into. Uh, 20. We're over that period of time when we're going to be 2027, but things get complicated, man, and you got too many options. When it even like comes like people will come to my house and they're like, "Why do you have Apple TV when you have a smart TV?" I'm like, "Because that smart TV is too smart. It's laid out like a mess, a hot mess." I like the function that it looks like my phone and my iPad, and I can just it's laid out nice. You know what? Call me weird, but I'll pay the extra $100 to have my stuff laid out compared to what a smart TV does. That is just too smart. And I felt so sad for my parents when things got to that point where they just couldn't figure things out anymore. They're like, huh? You know, and they ran a magazine on the computer and everything, but just and I even find myself I'm staring at my grandson's video games and the way he's playing. I'm like, huh? What
Yeah,
happened to that A and B button?
yeah, it's way more complicated than that.
On a
It
mouse,
just
and his hands are like. I was watching him play Minecraft yesterday, and I was just like, "What the hell?"
No, it is. It honestly is impressive. Like some of the, the things that people can do like on games with it because it is complicated. It is like you have to use like every finger. You're like reaching back, clicking the buttons with your pinky, and like it just seems wild. But it is cool. But yeah, there is a lot of tech. Everything is very complicated and very technical. Like more,
technology, man. It's just
it's not so manual and
technology.
easier to repair anymore. The
Yeah,
technology
technology.
is
Just the
hard.
computer, like, because I've been looking at computers and just the computer change from 2025 to 2026, how the technology has changed in that. But it's amazing what some of these things can do. Like, I know this one here, everything's AI on it. I mean, it is like, it's crazy. It's,
And
it's,
sometimes that could be too much for just
well, there's a
an
lot on here. That's what I was saying. There's a
uh,
lot on it. My old one was just kind of basic stuff. But yeah, the technology is going crazy right now, man. I mean, it's just a really, from where I came from, 1974 when I got hurt, just watching even just the advances where we're at and the stuff that we use and all that, let alone the rest of the world stuff. It's amazing, man. I dig it.
No, it is. Yeah, it is amazing. Like even like with those new wheels, like some of the stuff, the features and stuff, I'm like, that's so cool. Like I
Yeah,
even just the not having to have the extra little remote. Like right now when we go out pushing, I have to bring the little remote on my lap every time because if I get stuck in the sand, deeper sand, I gotta turn them up to high so I can get out. I go from like the low
yeah,
level to the high, and that gives me that boost of power, and I can power my way through. Usually, like a couple times, I've still gotten stuck in too deep of sandy areas, um, but I don't like to get in those anyways because it's not good for the wheels. I don't think. But yeah, that's one
Yeah,
thing. It's like now it all works through the phone. It has even other features like different. You can like
yeah,
program all these different settings in with your phone. Like that's cool, but like I don't know. The complication of it. I also don't know that I'd be able to do anything like to adjust things or I don't know. Just a little more complicated in tech than I'm quite there
yeah,
for. I am.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't
but
know. Is that a good computer? I'm not sure.
with what? Oh, the PC Nvidia.
64 gig
I think
RAM,
those are actually. That's a good. Yeah, I think that is a nice computer.
maybe. Sorry, I'm a Mac guy.
Um, but yeah, and I'm looking forward to now, especially now that I got the new chair and be hopefully getting the new wheels soon. The other step too, because I want to get that cycle going. I got fat tires and everything for it. The other thing is though, I am trying to use the two different chairs. So my older chair is going to be the cycle chair, so it's I can keep my fat tires on it. It'll just be dedicated cycle chair. Like that's so I'm going to get it set to this one. Um, but that is going to require. I'm trying to look into getting a bench for the porch, like a nice little bench where I can get a nice cushion on it. So I basically have a transfer bench so that I'm not bringing the dirty
Yeah,
that chair
yeah,
inside. That chair is going to basically stay
yeah,
outside. I'm getting a nice like I would like to have a shed for it eventually, but right now just a nice cover for it, a really nice outdoor bike cover, so I can cover the chair and keep that outdoors because those big fat tires, it's just going to be
Yeah, you got to be careful because it can start to rust your chain real fast when you leave your stuff
the
outside.
cycle.
Yeah, especially when it
I
does
will
that quick
I will have
rain.
to check that somewhat, but the one good thing about out here is it's very arid and dry. So overnight, when it gets cooler in the winter, we might get some dew, some moisture there.
Or
But for
when you
the
get that flash flood
or the
rains
flash
and the
flooding, yeah, that's what, and now that I know the patio doesn't come down, that's why I am getting a nice weatherproof, really high quality. I haven't bought it yet. I've just been kind of waiting until we get the bench and stuff. Um, but yeah, that is my plan. I'm not going to keep the battery or anything outside. That will all come inside every time with me. Um, but yeah, and that's the other thing is I'm going to be using a dry wax lube for my chain. A, the wax one is actually I looked up a bunch of different ones, and the best for high temperature out here sand. I found a really good one that I'm going to get for the chain there. Uh, so that's I had just been looking up trying to do some of that research because I am getting closer to hopefully being able to get all these things to be able to get out and start using that thing. And then the other thing is I don't with the new chair and new wheels I don't want to be outdoor in the sand with those constantly, especially the new wheels. Um, I want to be able to use the different like have both options. So, but
Hey, before we wrap up, I want to address Chris. Being able to use my phone instead of the remote is handy. Absolutely. Looking into when you buy something, uh, kind of be on a wear out, especially for us quads, to look on, not the other day. Now I bought this fan like 3 months ago, and then it took 6 weeks for someone to get in here and hang it up in my bedroom. But I finally got a fan in my bedroom that I can work from my phone. and I love it. Oh my, not to have, and right now I have a little air conditioning unit in my room. And so, I mean, there was my phone next to me, then this fan remote, and this air it was just too much. And it's just great now because I always have my phone next to me. I listen to books on tape to fall asleep. And then when I wake up, I go back to see what I missed and listen for another half an hour before I get up. But it's just nice now to have my fan because, when you're in the middle of the night and you're just like, all of a sudden you're like, now it's cold and you can't turn it down. It sucks.
That's one thing for what I used to always do, and we actually are going to set up here for the fans. Um, Getting the smart plugs. I have a bunch of them I used to have and I've always used. But the thing about those is they can't be digital fans. It has to be a fan that has like a manual knob turn on so that it stays powered on. The digital ones will not work because you'll click the power onto it and all it's going to do is turn power to the fan and you'll still need to like click a button or use the remote. But if you have a fan, like if you see the one over my shoulder, the box fan, or either one of those, they have manual switches. So either one could be plugged into a smart plug and easily from phone or even through like an Alexa, like if you have the devices or Google Home, any of those, you could just tell it. I used to do that all the time at my grandma's house. It's like because I had a little fan plugged in over my bed. And if it got hot at night, I'd be like, Alexa, turn the fan on.
Yeah, I'm
And
all about that.
boom. And,
That's
and yeah, it would just turn the fan on. And then
Yeah.
same thing when I got cold. Be like, Alexa, turn the fan off. And shut the
yeah.
fan off. So,
Yeah,
um,
because once you get settled in bed, man, you don't want to get up to transfer just to go turn the fan off or on, and then you're too tired to do anything anyway. So I got Alexa. I went crazy with Alexa for my house.
Mhm.
yeah. No, they're super helpful. That's what we don't have actually one hooked up yet. I still have my one. I just haven't, we haven't hooked it up yet. So I haven't hooked it up yet. That's one of my things I can do. um, And real quick too, I'm gonna let you guys actually, if you want, maybe Robert, you can do the sponsors and stuff, and I'll try to do one of these videos clips if I can, or a picture real quick, just to
All
show
right.
them. But the other thing I was gonna say, I think was it Sharon just mentioned like critters. Yeah, Sharon, desert critters and stuff out here. Um, we actually have seen a couple cool things. We do have our owls that live in what used to be the water tower, which is now just the owl barn, and they take care of a lot of critters. But we actually saw a tarantula the other night when we were coming in at night. We went out for like a night walk, like things, because it had been so hot. And then when we flipped the porch light on, there was a tarantula about maybe like 2.5, three, maybe 2.5 inches or so in diameter, in right in our little planter, right at like our thing right here.
Oh
And he
man.
just was chilling. He was so cool to watch. Like we didn't mess with him. Like Leah tried to feed him a bug. She tried to send a bug over into the plant. Yeah, I don't want to touch him.
Sacrifice a
She
bug.
she keeps threatening me. She wants to pick it up, and
Do you have the tiki necklace there, Sean? Ah, Robert Nah, I like that. If anybody knows, put it in the chat if you know what it means by tiki necklace and tarantula, where that came from. Go
I
ahead,
don't know
Robert.
who that is.
All right. We'll thank our sponsors, Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. Mobility Professionals, if you're needing a wheelchair, rehab equipment, and just good customer service and good quality, durable medical equipment, Mobility Professionals service the Southern California area. So if you're in need of any of that equipment, give them a call and check them out. Mobility Professionals services nationally. So if you're in need of catheter supplies and catheters themselves. They'll deliver to your door wherever you're at in the U.S. So make sure you check them out. Mobility professionals and urology professionals.
Awesome, thank you, Robert. And yeah,
Yep.
we do really appreciate our sponsors. And like I said, their customer service is great, and their techs are really amazing, and they definitely support the community. So we really appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna try. I didn't want to do a video because I'm afraid
Steve got
it'll.
it. Steve got
Oh,
it.
it's from the Brady Bunch. I don't remember that.
When they go to Hawaii.
No, I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Uh, and it was in the movie, too.
They were The curse.
The curse. Good job, Steve. Sorry,
Hey,
Sean.
No
Steve
problem.
had a question. Steve had a question back in the middle of the show about getting people to do things for you around your house and things like that, and was asking what we do.
Oh yeah.
Um,
If you want, yeah, you can answer that real quick. We'll end it in a second. Real quickly, I'm gonna click the airdrop. I'm gonna
yeah.
hope it does not disrupt the stream. So,
So we'll say
What?
goodbye in case it does.
Yeah. But
Go ahead.
anyways, so real quick with Steve, he was asking about what we do when we need help around the house and things like that. A handyman costs a lot of money. I know for me, it's a new process for me, but I am finding some people that help. There's little certain things that are just I know are no big deals, but I can't do them. So I get somebody to do it, like some family member or something like that. But when it comes to doing some of the other stuff that I need, I'm paying people. I mean, it just uh, handyman. I found a guy that does different things. With my yard and all that, I kind of rely on this new gardener I got, and I'll pay him a little extra when he does stuff. But yeah, it's for me, it's getting to that point where I need help now. I do live alone, so there's things that I need to get done, and it's just little things, but it's because I'm so anal and I need to have them done. So I bit the bullet and I asked for help.
yeah.
The best thing I know when you hire these other places like Thumbtack is a new one. Um, that's when I bought my fan through Home Depot, I think it was.
Mhm.
I paid the extra to have it installed, but
Yeah,
all they do is they use a service,
right. The
and
contract, they
yeah,
contracted out.
which was through uh, Thumbtack. And he goes, "Are you planning to put any more of these up or anything else around the house?" And I'm like, "Why? There's always something around the house." And he's like, "Here's my card. Call me. It'll be cheaper."
Yeah,
So that was a nice little thing. And then I do have an awesome guy. He's been with me forever. He has a full time job. What he does is he tells his boss, I'm helping out a good friend of mine who's disabled for an hour. I'm just going over there. When he's a maintenance guy for a couple of trailer parks, and they own
hmm,
also strip malls, and so he's just the handyman for that. And so
yeah.
he just comes over and he's like, "What do you need?" I'll hang up your TV. I'll do this and that. So I got both little options, now. So um, yeah, it's just you
And
try to find a
once you
guy
find,
and you hold on
yeah,
to him.
yeah, exactly. Once you find him, man, don't let him loose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is. Good to find somebody like that. And I pretty much I have Leah, like she put in the chat. She definitely does most everything. She does not only the cooking, the cleaning, but she does any of the repair work as well. And that's why even like when like I'll try to like when the like guy was here for my chair, I try to have him at least adjust the brakes, little things like for both chairs and things because like those are things that she has done and will do, but she already there's already so much on her plate. It's just trying to do stuff like that to balance where it's like okay when I have that help for something, boom, ask. Yeah, but then that's right. But that's the one thing. The tech actually pinched the tube on the tire, so the second day it just exploded. Like I guess, or I don't know. I was in the bed and I got out of the bed and it was flat. So I was like, okay, I thought I heard a hiss, and we were watching something, and then so Leah had to change the tire the next day. She had to swap it out. But yeah, that's I used to just basically my brothers would help out from time to time with like repair stuff if I needed, or like wheelchair work, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but that was spotty and things, and just whoever basically, if I did have somebody that could help, if I needed like a more handyman type thing. But I've also had to hire back before. But yeah, now Leah has taken all duties.
That's
All
good.
right, here you guys, check it out. This is so these are a couple. I don't want to do the video because the video just will screw up the thing. But this is that's after the rain had stopped and like right outside our driveway there. But you can see that's the street with the main flow of river. And that was like well after the rain had like kind of stopped. And then this one shows a little bit more of the river and the road. That's the street. You can see it's from this angle. You can see it's flowing, and it's definitely it's a couple inches at least deep, and it's flowing. It's flowing. But that's right in front of our property when you go out of the gate into the little road.
Wow.
That's
But
your road. That's your road that you drive
our
onto.
road. So yeah, we're not leaving. If there's flash flood warnings, we're not leaving the house even before. Trying to. We're not trying to get trapped outside of the house, and we're definitely not trying to like be just be stuck anywhere in that type of stuff. So we're
Yeah.
staying in. We're staying in. But here, just to show you guys, it's not just rainy and crappy. This is a beautiful shot from the other night. I got that's the owl barn right there outside of our property, and this is our property, but outside of our fenced area,
Yeah.
but just right behind our house. So beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful sunsets. That's literally like every day is just stunning sunsets and the sunrises. Like I can watch the sunrise out of the window every morning when I'm stretching. It's pretty nice. But anyways, those are the rain ones. Those are when I stop. And the videos you can really see it flowing. Maybe next week I'll upload it beforehand so it's play like a 10-second little clip of the flow. Uh, but all right, guys, we went well over time, but it was a fun hanging out, catching up with everything. And thank you guys for hanging out, sharing. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys. Um,
Hit that
yeah,
like button.
yeah, the Toyota Sienna is not the vehicle probably for. uh,
It's called a Toyota truck.
yeah, but yeah, in the rain, I wouldn't want to be out there anyways, and going. It's yeah, it's nice. So, but it's nice to
Before,
watch from here from the
yeah.
porch.
Hey, before we leave, Bobby, you heard any more on your van? Anything popping on that? Nope. Still waiting, huh? That's the rough part, man. Waiting for that vehicle, man.
Yeah, when it comes to these quad vans, they take a while.
Yeah.
You know what? Um, I'm blessed right now that I have the the avenues to get one, so I'm being
Yeah.
patient,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Definitely.
and I got a
Yeah.
lot on my plate. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys again for everybody for hanging out watching.
Yep.
On Thursday, Julianne will be on interviewing. She just emailed me the company. I think they're called the Snapdragon. Um, I feel like that's what the company's called. I'm not actually sure what they do. I have to do the little research. I'm going to get that set up right now. But yeah, check it out. Julian's doing the Making Your Dreams Come True, talking to different entrepreneurs, different people that are just kind of doing things that they have wanted to do for their whole life, and they're trying to achieve their goals. So check that out
Cool.
on Thursday at 3:30. And then also shout out Angry Quad, Rob and Tara in the chat on the channel, Kicking It with Rob and Tara. Tomorrow on Wednesdays, they do a live stream, East Coast Rollers, every 3:30 p.m., 6:30 Pacific, same as the Live to Roll shows. So make sure to check that out too if you guys are hanging out tomorrow. Great community for all of us. And I think a lot of same people are watch both. So we're all hanging out. All right, you guys. Thanks again, everybody.
All right.
Uh, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys, Bobby, Robert, for coming and hanging out. And um, yeah, I shouted out. I just but yeah. So all right, guys. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Live to roll.
All right.